Liz, long time no see. This is your old friend Malaya. Have you been doing all right? What? I'm very sorry to have to ask this, but who is this again? I told you, I'm Malaya. I'm really sorry, but I have no recollection of any Malaya being a friend of mine. Huh? I am your old friend, Malaya. Jeez, Liz. You and I were going to middle school together at Jefferson Middle School in the town of Bay City. And we lived close to one another in that apartment complex. And then we met again at community college, right? What? Hold on. I always lived in a house with my family, and then I never went to community college or anything because right after high school I went to work. Huh? Also, my name isn't Liz. Oh? Did you change your name or something? No, I did not. What I'm saying is that my name isn't Liz whatsoever. What the heck? Come on now, I already know the reason why you're telling me your name is not Liz anymore. You can stop trying to hide your true feelings from me. I have no idea what you're talking about, though. Then tell me, what's your actual name? You don't have to know what my name is. I don't feel comfortable telling you now. Then I'm going to continue calling you Liz, because that's who you are. Ugh. My name is Riley. That's my name. Really? I know that's not your actual name, because your real name has always been Liz. Now, stop trying to hide from me and let's chat. What? I'm not trying to hide from you because I don't even know who you are. Yeah. I'm tired of going on about that stuff, so let's just get to the juicy topic. Juicy topic? I'm taking your husband from you. Excuse me? My husband? Recently, I came back to Bay City, all right? I learned about that really rich son of that family, the Rochesters, Mike. And I was thinking that it was so mean of you to be able to have a man like that all to yourself when I have nothing. So I went and stole him from you while I've been in town. Bay City is in Michigan, right? Well, I don't live in Michigan anymore. And when I was living there, I wasn't living in Bay City or even close to that town. I happen to be single still, so there's no way I've had a rich boyfriend or husband like the one you're going on about right now. I can see that you're confusing me with someone else, but haven't noticed any of that yet. Listen here, Liz. My name is not Liz. I'm Riley. I get you wanting to run away from the reality that your old friend has gone and stolen your husband from you, as the truth must hurt you a lot. But this is something you will never be able to look away from. So listen to me right now. You have the wrong person. How about you listen to everything I'm telling you? This is just like all those dreams I've had, stealing your husband from you and becoming rich myself. Now I'll be able to pay off that $50,000 of debt that I'm in and live in that giant mansion of his. You said your name is Malaya, right? What do you want now, you big loser? Let me tell you this one last time. I am single right now, so who the hell are you and what are you talking about? What? I have no idea who this Malaya is and have never met anyone with that name before in my life. And also, my name is Riley. R-I-L-E-Y. Riley. My name is not Liz or Elizabeth. Now cut all of that BS and stop texting me about whatever crap you're doing. What? You just never know when to give up, do you? So that's why, Liz? My name is Riley. Screw off. Oh, come on now. Anyhow, Mike is all over me now, and he'll be letting me live with him in his mansion and with all of his money from now on. Get that divorce from him soon, please. Riley, it's been a while. Sorry for coming out of nowhere here. But can you let me know whether or not this is still Riley's number or if you're someone completely different? What? Anna? It's been years. And yeah, this is me, Riley. How have you been doing? I guess I've been fine. Anyway, this is still your phone number, so I don't have to do anything for you. Now, I think I've fixed and confirmed all of that crap and can finally stop looking at my phone for a bit. What are you talking about? Why did you have to check and make sure this was my number still? Oh, I'm really sorry about all of this. You know how I have that little sister of mine who's a few years younger than me? Oh, that's right. She's more than a few years younger than you, right? True, since she's in her 3rd year of middle school now. Anyway, while we were together recently, we got into a bit of a fight with one another. And, well, she went and took my phone and went through all of my contacts, changing all the names of everyone in there. Really? So in order to try fixing everything, I've been going through all my contacts and asking them who they are to make sure I have the right number to the right name again. Wow, that's gotta suck a little. But shouldn't your phone normally be locked or whatever? Yeah, well, normally people would do that, but I'm really lazy and don't want to type in some passcode all the time. So I just leave it unlocked most of the time. Wow, that's very brave of you to do something like that. But maybe now you're going to change your mind about leaving your phone unlocked, right? Yeah. So what did she end up changing my name to in your contacts? She changed yours to Liz. What? Liz? That's the name of an old friend of mine from back in community college. Wait, can I ask you something right now? What's that? Recently, have you met with anyone by the name of Malaya? What? Malaya? She had been going to the same community college as Liz and I, actually. And after we all graduated from there, she came with me to work for the same company, so I see her almost every day. So have you met with Malaya before, Riley? Not at all. Then why do you know about her? Listen, for some reason, I got some texts from that Malaya girl, and I have no clue what was going on. And after some talking back and forth, I came to learn that she was mistaking me for someone named Liz, although she didn't want to accept that fact. What? I tried many times to get her to believe that my name is Riley, but she just wouldn't, and that got me pretty peeved by the end of our conversation. Oh my gosh. This is only a possibility, but I'm thinking when your little sister went into your phone and changed all your contacts, Malaya was able to see Liz's contact info somehow, but with my number instead of hers. Do you think something like that could have happened recently? I think something like that is very possible. Yesterday there was a little party after work. She had been sitting next to me at our table, and as I got up to go to the restroom, I'm sure she had enough time to take a look at my contacts. The both of them, Liz and Malaya, are my friends from back in middle school, and I met again in college. And, well, before the end of middle school, Malaya got into a fight with Liz, and then her dad ended up having to move out of town, and so they never made up before that happened. So I'm assuming they were never able to exchange one another's contact information before she had to move away. And when they met in college again, they weren't as close to one another, so they never did anything from there. I see. So that's what's happened between Malaya and Liz. Damn, things have become a bit more complicated now, haven't they? I'm sorry about that. Up until now, I haven't really talked with Malaya much besides on our work phones about work-related things, so I'm really not sure what's been going on with her. I don't actually have her private number anymore, I think. You were all in the same college and knew one another since middle school, yet all seemed to be so distant from one another. Well, I've just never really wanted to have anything to do with her. And I think the same can be said for Liz. So I really want to know now, why does Malaya want to talk with Liz so badly? From what she was telling me, it looks as though Malaya's stolen Liz's rich husband from her. Huh? Well, I think Malaya's making a big mistake there. What? How so? I'm sorry to have to ask this of you, but can you take screenshots of all the things Malaya's said to you and send them to me, please? I want to try talking with Liz about this. Can do. Just give me a few minutes. Thanks for all the screenshots. Damn. This is all just horrible to read through. I can't even be bothered with some of it. And wait, Malaya's in $50,000 worth of debt now? Well, she did mention that, didn't she? You can tell by how fast she was bringing everything up to me that she gave zero craps about me not being Liz. Well, I can see how things got this bad for her, though. She's just your basic office lady when it comes to her work, and there's been no way she's made the kind of money needed for all those brand bags she brings into work. She also seems to hire plenty of men to do things with her. So that's where she's gotten all the money from. So Malaya's normally pretty bad? You could say that. She loves good-looking men and money and is a very selfish person. She never listens to anyone and loves to get into fights. I wonder how she was even able to find a job at that company. Seriously, though. There have also been rumors about her picking on other women due to the fact that she's beautiful, but that her beauty isn't all that natural. Is that right? Well, anyway, I'll let Liz know about this. Oh, please do, and thank you. Hey, Liz! I was wondering why you were taking so long to get that divorce, and now I'm being asked to pay a settlement? I told you to hurry up and get that divorce. As long as I'm able to become Mike's wife, then I won't have to care about that settlement because he'll be able to pay it all off for me. Long time no see, Malaya. I have told you this so many times now, but my name is not Liz. My name is Riley. Have you heard from your coworker and old friend Anna about the fact that her and her little sister got into a fight and her little sister went and changed all the contacts around in her phone? What? Anna? Anna was a friend of mine from high school, and we still occasionally talk with one another now. I heard from her that her little sister went and changed my name to Liz inside her contacts. So I really do think you mistook me for Liz because of that change in her phone. What? So then, this really does mean that you're not Liz? That's right, I'm not her. What? Are you serious right now? Well then, I guess the only option I have left now is to go right to that mansion of Mike's and ask Liz in person to divorce him and get out of there. I know you're not going to want to hear this from me. What? That mansion just so happens to be Liz's mansion. Huh? Why do you say that? It sounds like ever since Liz graduated from college, she's started her own company and has been doing very well recently. She married Mike around the same time she started her company. And at that time, Mike's father's company ended up going under, and so Mike wasn't able to get anything from his family. So at that time, Liz stepped in since she was financially stable and paid off the mansion they moved into, since he wasn't going to be able to do so. Wait. Liz went and paid for that mansion then? That means that the owner of that place is Liz, and that if her and Mike get that divorce, she'll be the one getting to keep the house. What? You're kidding me. Also, because of the fact that Mike no longer has a company coming to him, he is currently without a job, and the company will be renamed and taken over by someone else who bought it. Huh? Well, I shouldn't say jobless. Rather, he's just going to be working for his uncle's company as a base-level employee now. A base-level employee? Because of that current situation he's in, I hear that it's been Mike asking Liz not to divorce him, as he's in no shape to be kicked out of her mansion. What the heck? But he's getting divorced by Liz and will have to pay her a settlement while also being kicked out of that place. What? Liz heard about all of this going on from Anna after I went and talked with her about what you'd said to me. You're lying, right? I went and stole Mike from her thinking he had all this money, and I'm in major debt right now. Now I'll have to pay a settlement, and I won't be able to live in that mansion now. Are we done here then? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'll be going now. What should I be doing right now? After all the crap that Malaya girl was talking to me, saying she had stolen my husband even though I'm single, and not even recognizing that I'm not Liz, it took but just one day for her antics to be shut down. And thank God that everything ended then with her, because I wasn't going to last much longer talking to an idiot like that. As for that Malaya, her debts only grew larger, as she now had to take on a settlement from the real Liz, and that means she'd have to borrow a lot more money. In the divorce, Mike learned that Malaya only really wanted him as her ATM, and so he moved away from everyone in an attempt to escape from her because she would not stop asking him for help. Liz also made some major changes with the divorce, as she went and sold the mansion she was living in, as it was too big for her anyway to be living in on her own. She has stayed in town still, since she has her own company to manage, but she picked a smaller house closer to Anna's place where she'll live now. It sounds like her and Anna are becoming closer to one another again, since they kind of stopped talking after college as well. And I'm sure that after the tip about Malaya that Anna gave, Liz is going to be forever thankful. With not a single person around, Malaya's had no choice but to dip her hands into some pretty scary loans from very scary people. There were talks about her hanging around gang members trying to get money from them, and also loan sharks who she was trying to get some large loans from as well. Even though we aren't for sure who she got the money from, she was able to find someone willing to give her enough to pay off that settlement and the debt she had with the bank. Because after a few weeks, the settlement to Liz was all paid off, and since then, there's been no word about what's happened to Malaya, or where she even disappeared to. So let's just say she's moved on to the next step in her life, which is making that money back and paying off the scarier men she's involved with now.
Hannah, when are you going to be quitting that job of yours?
What's that? Hello, Sandy. Why are you asking me when I'll quit my job?
I'm sure you're just working that job so that you have enough money to spend all you want on fancy things, right?
Not really. I'm just working because I want to save money for the future, and I also happen to really like the kind of work I do.
But it's not okay for a woman like you to be working, so quit that job at once.
It's not okay for a woman like me? Right now is the best time for my husband and I to both be working at the same time. I'm not saying that I don't want to become a housewife at some point, but Robin and I both talked about this before we got married, and we decided it would be best that we both work full-time jobs so that we have enough money for the future. That's why at this point in time, it's not an option for me to be quitting my job.
Hannah, listen to me. The way you're speaking to me right there is really showing me how self-centered you really are deep down.
Self-centered?
Do you have a problem with the money your husband is making, and that's why you're choosing to work still?
I never said I had any issues with his income.
Well, then please quit that job. Quit that job right now and become his housewife.
I cannot do that right now.
If you go against my word here, you are making yourself look worse and worse.
So you're telling me the only way to look good as Robin's wife is to become a housewife?
That's right. Now stop asking me questions to the obvious.
By the way, have you talked with Robin himself about how you view me working this job?
I don't have to go and talk with him about it because he already knows. That young man came from a house where his mother was a housewife and took care of the home, so he knows exactly what I want out of his wife, and he expects you to become that way. Right now, he should be thinking about all the things he could be having you do for him as his housewife. I'm sure of that.
You think so? Well, no matter what else you have to say to me, I'm going to have a word with Robin before making any decisions. Please allow me some time to talk with him.
Hannah? I just finished up work and I'm on the bus home.
I hope you had a good day today, Robin.
Hey, listen, did you really have a conversation with my mom today about quitting your job?
What?
When I had a look at my phone after work, I saw that my mom had texted me saying that she spoke to you about it.
Wait. We did talk about it, but it was a one-sided conversation with her just telling me over and over to quit my job. I was trying to get her to understand that you and I both agreed to work, but she just wouldn't have it. So in the end, I said to her that I'd have to speak with you before making any final decisions.
What the heck? So that's what happened there. She was making it seem as though you were going to quit your job and there was no changing your mind about it. And that led me to wondering about what had happened that made you change your mind about everything so suddenly.
Sorry if this got you all worked up in any way. I had started to talk with your mom while I was on break at work, but I couldn't speak with her for very long because it was towards the end of my break. So I was going to have a word with you at home first and then get back in touch again with her to talk.
But why did my mom end up sending me this text making it sound as though you're going to quit?
Because your mom seems to think that you want the same thing as her, that being me quitting my job and becoming your housewife.
What?
When she said that to me, I told her that I'd have to talk with you first before deciding what to do next. She must be expecting you to think the same thing as her and say no to me working a job any longer, and that's why she made it seem as though I already was going to quit. Understand?
Yeah, I understand. But I can't believe this. Can you show me those texts from her later on? If it seems things aren't going to get any better, I'm going to have to get my dad involved and have him take care of my mom.
Do you feel as though your mom is more serious about this than I thought?
That depends on what she's said to you. If I have the chance, I want my dad to take a look at those texts from her as well.
Your dad as well?
Recently, my dad has seemed pretty worried about something. I still haven't really talked with him about anything, but the last time I was over at my parents' house, he had this expression on his face like he had something he wanted to tell me.
I see. I'll have all these messages from her printed out so that you can take them over to your dad.
Thank you, Hannah. That would help me out a lot. Hannah? I had a talk with my dad.
Hey, Robin, how did that talk go?
This is what my dad had to say about the whole you and I both working jobs while being husband and wife thing. He says that the only reason why my mom would be so against it is because when she married my dad, she was very young and never had a chance to start working. She kind of forced his hand in letting her become a housewife, but that was only possible because he received a promotion around that time and made decent money. Had my dad been closer to my mom's age when getting married, she most definitely would have been working a job as well.
Now that you mention it, your mom never really worked anywhere before she became a housewife, right?
That's what it sounds like. I've even heard that she never worked a part-time job before.
I see. I have something to say, by the way. I'm not saying I want to quit my job or anything, but I've thought of something.
And that is?
It's about how I work from here on out.
Ah, you're bringing back up what you and I talked about a while back.
So you remember that then?
Well, of course I do. I think what you have in mind is totally fine. Things have only become more stable since then, and since that's something you've always had on your mind, I think this is the perfect time for it.
Thank you, Robin.
Anyway, my dad thinks Mom is very serious about having you quit your job and become a housewife. When I get home later, we can talk more about that in detail. I'll make sure to be home when you get home from work.
All right, sounds good.
Hannah, have you still not quit your job yet?
What?
This is about what we had talked about 2 weeks ago. Didn't you say you were going to talk with Robin about it? He thinks the exact same thing as I do on this subject, and that means he should have told you that if you don't quit your job soon, he's going to divorce you.
You really think so? Well, I wouldn't want to be divorced, so I'm going to go ahead and quit my company job.
Good, good, good. Oh, thank you for going ahead and doing that. And from now on, don't you ever go against my word again.
But consider this the end of your monthly allowance from us.
What? What are you talking about? What allowance?
Mom, allow me to explain this monthly allowance that had just been brought up to you.
Robin, tell me right now what Hannah was talking about.
A little while ago, I was talking with Dad when he told me that things were not going too well at your guys' house, and he asked for our help. So, myself and Hannah decided that starting this month, we'd be sending him $700 a month in order to help out with your guys' financial situation there.
I never heard about any of that.
Dad told me he talked with you about it, but you kept dozing off and acting like he wasn't being serious.
But why? Why would he need...
Because you and all your terrible spending habits have been destroying all the money Dad has worked tirelessly to save up.
What?
Dad had said that his package from the company he'd been with was pretty large, and that he also would be getting retirement funds every year thereafter. And yes, I understand that he was making a decent living in that company, And at the time he was working, he could afford to deal with your spending. But now that he's retired, there isn't that constant flow of money anymore, and all he has are his savings and his retirement. Yet you never listened to him when he spoke to you about cutting back on spending all his money, and now things have gotten worse. Dad had come to us with great shame because he felt embarrassed to be asking his son and his son's wife for financial help.
But he should still have a lot of other money in his retirement funds.
And that was all money he wanted to keep around until you guys both became really old and needed the money for medical bills and such. But ever since he retired from his job, he's watched as that money slowly started to drain away at your hands.
What?
Dad had showed me all of his accounts and the transaction history for all of them. And from what I could tell, the credit card transactions were quite frequent and taking more out of his accounts than he had. When you think about the kind of money one would want as they're in the later stages of their life, what remains in there is too small of an amount.
Oh, there's no way.
To be honest, I think Dad has been too kind to you. If he'd really wanted to stop you from spending all that money, he could have shut off all your credit cards or asked the bank to change his PIN number. There were plenty of things he could have done to stop you, but he didn't do anything and had to come out to his son and son's wife to ask for help. That's why I went ahead and told him. I went ahead and told him that he needed to get a grip on his wife because there should be no reason you're telling my wife not to work a job when it's her job that's giving you guys money. With just my income alone, Hannah and I would be living on the edge, just barely having enough to play with. But if I had to start sending you guys $700 as well, I wouldn't be able to support myself and Hannah anymore. And I'm not kidding when I say that either, because we wouldn't only not be able to save any money on my income then, but we literally would not be able to buy food or pay all the house's bills. Do you understand what I'm saying, Mom? Because I had to go and tell Dad that already.
What?
When I said that to him, he was shocked. He had no idea that you were trying to get Hannah to quit her job that badly. Then I went and showed him all the messages you were sending to Hannah a while back.
What? You went and showed him all those messages?
Yes, and even the messages you were sending her just a second ago.
Wait, does that mean he's with you right now?
Yup. And now that he's seen so much of what you've done, he's finally come around to understanding just how badly he's spoiled you. And that's why he's telling me right now that we don't have to send an allowance after all.
What?
Therefore, if you don't stop those bad spending habits of yours, there will be hell to pay, and Dad most definitely will not be helping you there.
Hell to pay?
You should understand more than anyone what I mean by that. All I have left to say is that you'd better start thinking about a way to stop those bad habits of yours, or else...
My bad habits?
That's right. I don't want you whining to Hannah or myself later about her not leaving her job like you'd been asking. So I'll let you know this now. Hannah really has gone and quit her company job.
What?
But that doesn't mean she'll be coming home to be my housewife. Hannah had been trying to run her own side hustle for a while now, but wasn't making a whole lot of money off it, and so she had to keep with her company job. But since it's been a while now and she's saved up a lot of money from her company job, she can now leave that job and work full-time doing the side hustle.
She had a side hustle? How much is she making now?
Ever since she started to go big with that side hustle, she's been making more than me.
What was that? She's making more than her own husband.
Are you aware now why her and I decided that we'd both continue to work even after getting married?
Are you really okay with her making more than you? Do you know what others will start to say about you when they hear that you have to have your wife working as well and making more than you to live?
I'm not sure where you've been getting your news from, Mom, but in this day and age, it's normal for married couples to both be working. I think you should be ridiculed more than anything else for saying something like that.
But...
Dad is getting ready to head back home now. You'd better be all ears for what he has to say.
Robin! Your father's gone and divorced me!
Right. I heard about that already. He yelled at you saying he'd had enough, right? And I thought you had finally learned your lesson a couple of days ago. You bought 3 neckties online, each costing $1,000?
Yeah, that's right. I was told to fix my bad spending habits, right? So I thought about them for a bit, and that's when I thought to myself, what you all meant is for me to spend a little bit more on your father from now on. So I was thinking something useful, like a necktie.
Something useful like a necktie? Aren't you aware that Dad is retired now and won't really be using things like neckties anymore? Jesus Christ, Mom. That wasn't even what Dad and I meant when we told you to rethink your spending habits.
What? That wasn't what you both meant?
I have no idea what to do with you anymore.
Then what did you both mean?
Dad wanted you to think of all that by yourself with the hopes you'd figure it out. So I'm not going to give you the answer.
Robin!
The divorce has already happened, right? Well then, this is the perfect time for us to cut ties as well.
Why would you want that?
Because I want to protect my wife.
Why do you think I'd be of any danger to her?
There have already been plenty of reasons as to why, so stop asking.
What are you talking about, Robin?
Just think about it. Anyway, goodbye forever.
Robin!
My father-in-law took all the credit cards he had given Sandy away from her and was going to watch and see if that helped with her poor spending habits. However, just 2 days after doing so, 3 neckties arrived in the mail that she had ordered online with his saved credit card information. She had all of those credit cards saved to her phone and on all of those online stores and could access them at any time. Realizing that there was really no helping the woman, he went and had her sign the divorce papers before taking them to the courthouse all in the same day. He made sure to contact a moving company to get all of his things from the house and is now living with Robin and I at our place. He told us that he'd have the house sold soon and would use that money, along with whatever he had left in his savings, to move someplace else. But neither Robin or I want him living on his own, so we've told him to sell the house and use the money on things he wants while staying with us. And by the way, when I say that he came to live in our house, he did so without ever telling Sandy anything about what he was doing or where he was going. And so when Sandy tried to go and find him, she was not able to find her answer of where he had moved to. We all still feared that at some point she'd learn his whereabouts, and so we called Sandy's little brother, told him about what all had happened, and the next day he was at her house taking her away to go work for his company. Right now we've been told that she's working a 9 to 5 at her little brother's call center and living at home with him and his wife while crying and whining all the time. She is planning on moving out of there soon, and when that happens, I think even her brother will cut ties to her, putting an end to her reign of terror within our families. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Anthony? Hey, are you really not feeling like leaving that condo anytime soon?
What? You're going on about that again, Sienna? Sienna, when are you going to finally understand my current situation instead of always acting like everything I say and do is a lie? I'm starting to lose faith in all these explanations I keep giving you about myself.
As you should, because there's no point in lying to me all the time about what you're currently doing. I won't begin to understand you until you begin to tell me the truth. So, Anthony, why are you not able to ever understand any of the things I explained to you? That condo, the one you currently live in as well, is the condo that your older brother, who is making $1 million a year, who is also my husband, bought for us. In other words, I'm the only one with the right to live there besides him. Are you not embarrassed to be sitting around in our house all the time like a parasite?
Then you're saying my mom also does not have the right to live there, even though her husband just passed away not too long ago and she's lonely right now?
As for your mom, well, she's currently working, and as long as she's putting money into the house, I don't mind having her live with us. But you went and quit your job out of nowhere, and the moment your brother said it was fine for you to move in with us, you had all your things shoved through our front door and started staying with us. And ever since that day, you haven't even tried to look for a new job, instead sitting around all day in that room my husband gave you, doing nothing at all with your life.
You're not working either, Sienna.
There's no reason for me to be working right now. Don't relate a housewife like myself to whatever sad mess you are. Also, it's natural for the husband's wife to be living in the same place as him, right? You're in no place to tell me I can't live here just because I'm not working now.
And that's why I've told you plenty of times before. I left that job I had before so that I could help my brother with his job, as well as get the required certifications that I need to go and work with him full time. And this whole building happens to be a part of the company. Therefore, I'm allowed to live here just like any other employee who works there. There's a place for everyone in my brother's family here, which means you don't have to act like I'm taking up this whole condo, when it was made specifically for all of us to be here. Now let me ask, why haven't you come and moved in yet?
Because I am waiting for you to get out of there before bringing all my stuff.
What? Why?
Listen, Anthony, I'm saying all of this for your own good. That condo is my wealthy husband's place to make his home, and with his mother willing to work a job and help pay the bills, she's allowed a spot there. But the fact that you just climbed on in and haven't left that place since to work or go out and study, that's what makes you the definition of a parasite.
Do you even know the definition of a parasite?
If you don't want to be called such a nasty thing anymore, go out and find a job and then get out of our condo. Until you are officially moved out of there, I am not going to stop pestering you about it.
Colt, do you have a second to talk? Oh, hey, Anthony, what do you want to talk about? Is this about studying for that exam you have coming up? Actually, that's all been going pretty well for me. I've been making sure to study for at least 4 hours a day. However, I want to talk to you about your wife right now. I don't think I can stand her for much longer, Colt. Was she saying even more things to you? These days, she's texting me around 1 to 2 times telling me to get out of your condo. Then she'll go on about how I'm doing nothing at all with my life and won't even listen to my explanations about why she is wrong. I've told her before that this whole building is a part of the company, which means that I'm allowed to live here since I'm technically working with you. Yet she won't even listen to that. I see. I'm sorry for saying this to you all the time. I'm sure she's far more trouble around you than she is around me. No, I'm sorry that you're having to continue putting up with her when you've done nothing to deserve that kind of treatment. Today I accidentally told her that she does have a room here with you and that she doesn't have to keep whining about me taking up her space. Was that too soon of me? No, that's fine. You can tell her it's okay to come now. If she really were to move out right now, I wouldn't be bothered by it because my room is already set up completely, so she can come sleep with me and then work on setting up her hobby room during her free time. Oh, that's a good point. Thank goodness. I really am sorry, though, for all the trouble she's causing you. I was really hoping that things would go a little more smoothly so that we could all be happy and not have to fight. I don't think she even understands that part of the reason why things have been taking so long with moving into the condo is because we have to renovate a lot of things still. I really want that office for you and I completed soon, but that's not stopping her from moving in, and neither are you. I wish you would just be a little bit more open-minded. This whole building still has a lot of work that needs to be done, so I really need to get back to focusing on that completely. Having to run a company like that really must be a stressful job, huh? Kind of is. Well, things should be calming down here soon, right? That's right. I can already see the end of this long and tiresome tunnel. You also know that things are coming to a close here soon then, which means we'll both have to act soon. Let's both do our best when the time comes to finish things off. All right. Thank you for being by my side here, Anthony.
Anthony, tomorrow I'll be moving into that condo.
What? Oh, now that I think about it, your lease on that apartment is pretty much over with now.
That's right. Honestly, the fact that I have to move into that condo now, knowing that you have still not moved out of there like I've asked so many times, pisses me off. Not only do I have to move in now because my lease is ended, but I have to do so with you still acting all comfortable there.
By the way, tomorrow my brother has the day off work, right?
Well, it is the day that I'll be moving into his condo. It also seems that he's taking care of a lot of the trouble within his company now. So now I'll have a chance to talk with him in person about hiring an exterminator to deal with the parasite that's still living within his home. Hey, Anthony!
Oh, hey, Sienna. You should be in the middle of moving in, correct? What's happened that has you calling me so many times like that?
Have you gone and told my husband something that's not true?
What? I'm very sorry, but I really don't have any idea what you're trying to assume that I've done.
I do not like riding in cars very much as it makes me feel very sick. So I took some medicine to make me fall asleep for the ride over to the condo and wasn't awake the whole entire time. I was just told that we had arrived, so I opened my eyes. This place, this isn't the condo I was told about. This is Brandon's family's house.
Brandon? Ah, you're talking about the man you've been cheating on my brother with.
Wait, what?
So what you're trying to say right now is this. After having sent all of your things out of the old apartment with the moving company, you and my brother got into his car and rode in it all the way there. And to your surprise, the place you were going wasn't this condo, but to your secret boyfriend's house, right?
So you know all about this already? What the hell is up with you, Anthony? And what the hell is going on here?
I'm only telling you the things I've been told by my brother about you.
What?
Originally, Colt had only sent the remainder of his things to this condo in those moving trucks because he already knew what was going on with you and that Brandon guy. But when I showed him all the things you had been saying to me about being a parasite and not working a job, he knew you had no right to speak about that. Especially when you're nothing but a stranger to us.
What? What do you mean, a stranger? Why would he be calling his own wife a stranger now?
Sienna!
Colt.
You just learned that I'd known about you cheating on me, yet you still have the nerve to call yourself my wife?
Things aren't what you think, Colt. That man, Brandon, he's nothing more than a friend of mine, and we haven't done anything together.
I have a whole lot of evidence that points to you lying right now.
What?
I can see you don't know what's been going on still. But Brandon just so happened to be Anthony's old co-worker.
Huh?
And all this started when my brother noticed you and him coming out of a hotel together while he was on his way home from the office. He was very troubled by what he has seen, but took the chance to tell me what he saw. Hearing that from him, I called a detective to have him take a deeper look into you.
You've been using a detective now?
After a few weeks of having him look into you and the man you've been with, he found out that you have both been a thing since before we got married. And the only reason you ever ended up marrying me in the first place is because you both knew I've been running my own company, and that you could use me as your ATM. The main reason why you wanted my money so badly was because you needed me to help you pay off all that debt you'd been in. Then when you found out about the condo I'd bought, you intended on using that as a place to make love to Brandon until my mom and I were fully moved into it. But that's when you ran into my brother living there, and without even caring about his explanation that he's working for me and studying, started calling him a parasite in hopes of getting him to leave.
What the heck? Why did you both find out about this? This is all because of your little brother. I knew he was trouble the moment I ran into him.
What are you talking about? This is all because of you and your boyfriend you've been keeping behind my back. Don't even try pushing the blame onto my little brother now.
All right, okay. I'll break up with Brandon now if you want.
Huh?
Well, to be completely honest with you, I don't care about all the debt that he's gotten himself into. I already had my debts paid off, so I don't need to listen to what he says anymore. He was the one that got me all wrapped up in this in the first place. Now that I've started to see the full situation, I know that you're the only man that makes me happy, and that's why I married you. Please, believe me.
Would someone that really married me because they're happy with me continue going to hotels with that man after our wedding? I told you I have all the evidence. No matter what you have to say to me now, our divorce is set in stone. And what I mean by that is we're already divorced.
Huh?
A little while back, you stayed out way too late. And when I said I wanted you home earlier, you came home and gave me divorce paperwork that you had already filled out. You then went and threatened me by saying you could divorce me whenever you wanted to.
What? No way. You used that divorce paperwork?
I did. And I handed them into the courthouse completely filled out just the other day, which means that you and I are nothing more than strangers now.
This has to be a lie, right?
Now, here's the thing. Just because we're divorced now doesn't wash away your sins of cheating on me that whole time we'd been married. And so I'll be getting a settlement from both you and Brandon.
A settlement?
And if you'd like to know where all of your things were sent to, they're at Brandon's family house already. That was all a choice made by your parents, by the way.
What?
This is what your dad wanted me to tell you, so I'll let you hear this now. If you wanted to be with Brandon so bad, then here is your chance to do just that. Please have your marriage form handed into the courthouse in the next 100 days, or else you're coming home to us.
Huh?
He then went on to say, you will be working with that man for the rest of your life in order to pay off his $200,000 worth of debt for letting his company fail.
What is he saying?
If you do marry him in the next 100 days, then your mother and I will be cutting ties to you. And if you don't, you'll be coming home and receiving the worst punishment anyone will have ever received.
What?
It sounds to me like your dad'll be paying off your settlement and Brandon's settlement to me. But then you both will have to be indebted to him for the rest of your lives.
Wait. This is all completely screwed up, right?
Well, then you can go have a discussion with your parents as to why you think they're being too harsh. I just ask that you pay off that settlement through your dad as quickly as possible. Other than talks about the money, I don't want to hear any more from you. You were the one that got yourself into that situation, so please, don't get me involved in it anymore.
How am I supposed to go and talk to them when they want me either dead or married to a man with tons of debt?
That's not my problem.
Colt!
Goodbye forever now.
I don't want to be in debt again.
After all of that, I got a text from Sienna telling me to do something about my brother, but I chose to block her number immediately after getting that text. My brother later told me that right after he said goodbye to Sienna, she tried to run back to her parents' house asking for forgiveness, but they kicked her out saying that she had to get married to Brandon. And so, with nowhere left to run, and 100 days to get that marriage taken care of, she did just that and moved in with Brandon and his family. Little did she know the extent of Brandon's debt was much worse than she had thought, and it included his whole family after their company fell apart. Her parents were happy to hear she was getting married to him, because they needed her to start working for them right away. And it wasn't long before the news got out that she and Brandon were officially married. As of right now, it doesn't matter whether it's morning, evening, or night, Sienna is working her butt off for that family and not able to escape from them. And most recently, her mother-in-law has really started to squeeze her grip tightly on Sienna, leaving her looking like she's in a worse state every day. With there being nowhere else for Sienna to even think about running now, her mind and her heart have officially been broken, with her becoming a part of that family for the rest of time. As for my brother Colt, he fully moved into his new condo with me, and having had all the renovations completed, it was time for him to start moving more and more of his newer employees into the building. I was also able to pass my exam first try and will now be working alongside him full-time, based in our new office located in the condo itself. Of course, we'll both have to go into the actual office every week, but it sure does feel good to finally have this new job with my brother and to not have that money-sucking parasite attached to my brother anymore. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Andrea, hello.
Oh, hello, Vivi. It's rare for me to ever get any kind of text from you these days.
Well, I just have something I'd like to ask you is all.
Something you'd like to ask me? It's pretty rare of you to ask me of anything as well, Vivi. So, what could it be?
As it turns out, Michael will be having to go to work closer to the town you're living in after he took a job transfer for his company.
What? Is that right?
So, since he'll have to be working so close to you and your husband now, we're going to move in with the both of you. Please and thank you.
Huh? You're both moving in with us? What? Wait. This is only the first time that I'm hearing about this. When exactly are you both planning on moving out to our house? Please tell me this won't be for at least another month.
What? We're coming over there today.
Today?
The moving truck won't be getting there until tomorrow, but both Michael and I will be there in another 2 hours. Oh, and I'll be bringing along 4 of your grandchildren as well.
Wait a second, please. You can't be serious about all of that, right? And you already expect to be arriving at my house in another 2 hours to begin living here? I have had no time at all to get things ready for you two, so please give me more time.
But we got permission from your husband to move in today.
What? My husband said that this was all okay?
Just 2 days ago, we called him asking if it'd be all right for both of us to move in with you guys. And his answer was, yeah, all right. That was his approval.
2 days ago? Even 2 days ago is way too soon for you guys to be telling us that you're moving in today.
Well, whether you think this is too quick of us or not, we've already started paying for our room there. You left Michael's room intact, right?
Yeah. Well, it still has all his old things in it.
Well then, for tonight we're both going to be staying in that old room of his. And if you started to work on getting a room ready for the kids, then I think it should be all right for them by the time we get there.
So this means there will be 6 more people moving into our house now? There was no warning at all about this, and yet you're already on your way here?
Your guys' house has 2 stories and 5 bedrooms in it, plus the detached garage with the attic, which can count as a 6th room. I don't think there will be any problems at all with that kind of space for us.
Come on now, Vivi. Would you let me have a word with my son first about this? I can give him a call right now to see what's going on here.
He's driving us to your place right now, so he can't pick up his phone.
Then would you please let me call you and put me on speaker so that he can hear me?
Nope. Now, in the next 2 hours, we'll be at your place and under your care then. Thank you, Andrea.
Excuse me, Vivi, what are all these cats doing here? There are 4 or 5 of them now? I can't tell because they all keep running around the place. What were you thinking opening up that cage the moment you opened the door to my house?
What? I thought I already told you about them just a second ago. We brought along our 4 children and my 5 cats. So please take good care of all of us. I heard about you bringing the kids and everything, but you never said anything to me about 5 cats. But Andrea, you guys already have a cat living here, right? It's that munchkin cat named May, right? I'm sure your cat will be happy to have all these new friends in the house. My cat has never ever lived in the same place as other cats, so I don't think she'll like all your cats here one bit. Having 5 new cats running all over her house now is going to put her into a panic, which is not good for a cat. Now that I think about it, where is May at? My kids all want to go and find her so they can pet her. She's in my room right now hiding so that she doesn't have to see any of you guys. Hiding in your room? The last time you guys all came over to my house, your kids and you all started to chase after May while she was freaking out. She almost had a heart attack. We were all just wanting to play with her then. You have 5 cats of your own, and you couldn't tell that May wanted nothing to do with any of you and was trying to hide? Andrea, you are exaggerating now. Well, I guess this just means that you know a lot more about cats than I do, which means all 5 of my babies will be in very good hands with you taking care of them. So, Andrea, since Michael, myself, and our 4 kids all came over here to give you the luxury of living with us, you'll have to watch over my 5 cats and take care of all our chores for us, please. Huh? I can see that you have that cat tower for May in the living room, but that's not going to be enough for 5 more cats, so there'll need to be another one at least, right? You hold it right there, Vivi. I'll leave picking out a second cat tower to you, so please get everything in order for my cats. I haven't even had a chance to fully voice my opinion. But I told you before that your husband said it was fine for all of us to be here, right? He even told me that you'd be willing to take all my cats as well and care for them, so it was all right to bring them. Huh? Actually, where is your husband right now, Andrea? He's on a business trip. Oh, he is? Jesus Christ, that man has really gone and done it now. Andrea, could you please get my cats some food to eat and hurry up with all of our breakfasts? Michael and all the kids will be leaving soon, so you need to get to work on breakfast now or they won't be able to eat anything. Excuse me? I already told you all that you can have whatever food you'd like that we have and that you can use anything in the kitchen that you need. So please make yourselves some breakfast to eat. I've already taken care of feeding May and myself this morning, so everything is up to you now. Huh? You are a mother, and that's how you're going to act now? We already made a promise, even stating that you would be taking care of my cats and all the chores in this house, right? We only just started living together with you here, so would you please get your act together? Wait, is this you trying to mess with me or something now? I never once said that I was all right with this decision. But the owner of this house and its breadwinner said that it was fine for all of us to move in here with you guys. Hey, I think that you are gravely mistaken about something here, Vivi. This house happens to belong to me. What? I understand that my husband has the problem of thinking he's the one running the show over there, with his pretty meaningless job and everything, but I am the one making 5 times the amount he is per year and the one with my name on this house. What? But Andrea, you're nothing more than a part-timer. No, I am not. Right now I'm working as the executive director for a decently sized cosmetics company. An executive director? I am in my room right now with May trying to get her to relax and not be as worried by all that noise downstairs. And I made sure to bring my laptop up here in order to get some work done from home today. However, I have no clue what my husband or Michael has been telling you. But it does not change the fact that the owner and breadwinner of this house is not okay with you all being here. That is my answer to your question of if it was all right for you guys to move in with us. What the heck? Andrea, we've decided that we won't be leaving this house after all. What? You heard about how your husband came home from his business trip today, right? And since you're not coming out of the garage attic at all to come and see us, we talked with your husband and he decided that we will all be living in the house together while you stay out there. And then, after talking with him a little bit more just now, we decided it would be best if he became the owner of this house now. Excuse me? He was telling all of us to tell you that if you don't give him the house, he's going to divorce you. We all don't care that this house is all yours and that you're making the money. There are a bunch more of us than there is you, which means you've already lost to the whole family. Understood?
So that's how you all want to play this game? Well, if that's the way things are going to be, then so be it. I'm going back to my family house.
What? Your family house?
I'm sure you've all been told at least once by me that my parents' house is in the next town over. Right now, my 89-year-old father is living together with my younger brother and his wife. And my father happens to still be doing so well that he works twice a week at his age. I plan to go back there now with my little baby, where I know my brother and his wife will be happy to care for her instead of traumatize her. And until you all are out of my house, I think that my family will be happy to let me stay there and take care of me.
Wait, you can go ahead and leave this place all you want, but that's not going to make any one of us want to leave here, right? And actually, if you go ahead and do something like that, your husband is going to divorce you.
And about that divorce, I have the paperwork for it right here with me.
Huh?
And I'm sure you didn't know this, but Michael should be aware. 2 years ago, when you first started to come over to my house with Michael, I could tell that there was something severely wrong with your head, and the way you would treat Michael and I worried me a lot. But Michael is too weak of a man to do anything about your attitude, and my husband is too much of an idiot to realize what you do to this family. So I told Michael what I'd be doing in order to open his eyes a little.
Wait, what?
I'll tell you more of the details later. Goodbye now.
Andrea, what the heck? What's happening? Why is this happening?
I'm assuming that the documents relating to what will all happen next have arrived there?
That's right. Just a couple of days ago, Michael left me at this house after he gave me his divorce papers, and I was wondering what the hell had happened to him. But now I know he found out about what I'd been doing.
By the way, it was all too easy to see what you were doing behind his back. Every single time my husband would be around you, he would always want to talk with you and at times even flirt with you. And you would reciprocate to his advances, always flirting back with him, but with even more vigor than he was. I started to notice things had been going on around 5 months ago, but when I looked into you both, this whole relationship has been going on for 2 years now. And after you had come into my home and started to live with us, you would always wait for my husband to be home and use the time before my son got home to take your relationship to the next level.
You know about all of that as well?
I really wondered what it was about that 60-year-old man who was already married to me that got you going. But now I'm well aware of what you've been after with him. You've been wanting my large 5-bedroom house with the open yard and large garage, correct?
What?
You'd been thinking from the start that this house was all his. And in your attempt to get me to leave that house, you moved in with not only my son and your kids, but those 5 cats after only having just warned me you'd be coming. And then you released your cats all over my house, asked me to take care of them and all the chores for you, and even started to tell me to give my house to my husband once you found out I'm the owner. Well, if you thought that was going to be enough to get me to give up the house and leave you all alone, you must have forgotten that I am also the breadwinner, and that I have control of the whole situation still.
So, you knew about my plan all along, then?
Now, since you've informed me that the document filled with all the papers that had been sent to you made it, let's talk about them.
What?
Vivi, I'm going to get a settlement from both you and my husband for having had that long affair.
Wait a second, I'm going to break up with your husband now, and you can also see Michael, right? If he really is going to divorce me, I'm going to have to pay him for all 4 of those kids and child support.
Well, those 4 are going with you, right? Michael said he no longer wants to have custody of them now, and considering what you've done to him, he doesn't need to take care of them anymore. In other words, that means you'll be keeping your kids, and he will not be paying child support to you.
No way!
Now, if you have anything else you'd like to say to me, you may talk with my lawyer about it, and he will tell me. And as for Michael, he's with his lawyer now, talking about how much he'll be able to get from you and his father in this divorce.
What? No, Andrea, I've already lost all ties to my family. I'm just a housewife right now, so there's no money in my accounts that anyone can have.
That's totally right. Well, luckily, Michael will be taking all 5 of your cats in the divorce, so you won't have to worry about feeding any of them.
I wasn't worried about the dang cats. Help me, please, Andrea.
Bye-bye now.
Andrea!
Had Michael's wife kept her mouth shut and never did anything with my husband in order to get the house from me, she probably could have once we'd passed away and given it to them. But because she didn't have the patience to sit around and wait her turn, things ended up going against her plans. After both my husband and I, and Michael and Vivi, had our divorces, Vivi and my ex ended up getting married because she still believed that he had money and would be able to pay off all their settlements. However, him having enough money to pay off that much was not true. And things only took a turn for the worse when Vivi was told by the city that she could not get married to her ex-father-in-law at that time. So in the end, those two decided to break things off and split up. My ex-husband ended up getting a demotion and a pay decrease after his manager and the company found out about what had happened with Vivi and I. And as for Vivi, she had to pay off both settlements by herself, and that put her into some major debt with the banks. There was also worry from the court about her 4 children, and it was decided that all 4 of them would need to be placed in a foster home. And the only way she could get them back is by proving she could make enough money to support them all. And so as of right now, she's working 3 different jobs all at the same time, looking as though she hasn't slept in months, trying to do everything she can to pay off that debt and get all 4 of her kids back.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.